My name's Nicole Trimboli. I played at the University of Nebraska. I played pro ball for 9 years, and I was a college coach for 12. Today, I'm going to share with you ways to build a really good cage routine for you that makes you feel ready and prepared for practice and games. So before I ever hit a ball, I want to make sure I can feel my body move, feel it swing, not worry about how fast it's coming, what the location is. And I don't mean just getting loose. What I mean is visualizing different parts of the plate that I'm going to hit. And so before I even hit a ball, I'm going to work around the zone, starting with low and out, all the way to driving an up and in pitch. When I take dry cuts, I never miss. I bat 1,000. So I'm already thinking about hitting every pitch that I swing at, that dry cut, really hard. Once I've gone through all my dry cuts, every location, then I'm going to start my tee work. I personally like to do the hard part first, and what's more difficult for me is the outside pitch. So I would start on the outside edge of the plate, checking in on my footwork to make sure I'm in a really good spot before I ever even hit the ball. All right, that feels pretty good for me. So I'd start with this part. I'd start with hitting balls away from me. Again, more difficult for me to hit away than in, so I'm going to start with the hard part so I can finish with the piece of hitting that I feel really good about, which is the inner half. When I take my cuts, what I see a lot of hitters do off a tee is just stare at the tee hole. In reality, in game, when I'm facing live pitching, our eyes, our head, everything starts out at the pitcher. So I want to start here, then come and take my cut. The other piece I see a lot of hitters do is overswing on the tee. So I start training a swing that's a little bit too big, a little bit too long, and it's not really applicable to a live in-game setting. So there's no velocity on this. I don't need to make this ball go as hard as it would if I were facing a live pitcher. So I want to keep a really simple swing off the tee. Not overswinging, staying compact. I'm making sure I'm nice and balanced and controlled. From there, I'd get to my middle stuff. Now for me, I don't want to work the same height because unfortunately, pitchers don't throw it at the same exact height and location every time. So I'd get to my middle stuff. Maybe I'd put it a little lower, check my footwork, and hit some pitches that are middle. I'd finish with that inner half that I like so much, making sure that tee's out in front of me for a great contact point. Again, getting my eyes out, visualizing that pitcher, and hitting the pitch I like to hit the most. Now, there's a couple drills I like to do that make me feel ready. They're good reminders of things that maybe I struggle with. One of them would be pulling open or flying away from the plate with my front side. So I'm going to do the crossover drill, which means I'm going to stagger my feet, set up for a middle pitch on this one. I'm not going to step at all. All I'm going to do is work on loading my back hip and driving through the pitch. The last one I'll do, that's just a good reminder drill for me, is for my hands. I want to make sure my hinges, my small muscles are moving first, and my spine and big muscles are following. So I'm going to start with 90, meaning my feet are at a 90-degree angle with the ball on the plate. I'm facing forward at the pitcher, starting neutral with my hands. And when I load, I'm going to get to here, line up my hips and my hands, and my goal is to drive it right back up the middle. So I call this the 90-45 drill. So I'd take a few cuts from 90, then I'd bring my feet to more of a 45-degree angle in terms of the plate. Again, not stepping, working to drive it up the middle. Those drills make me feel ready. They remind me of the things I want to do during my swing with my movements. Last but not least is visualization. Making sure I'm actually seeing a pitcher, release a pitch, and drive it. Now, our tracking is so important. So when you start to do this, make sure you're actually taking your eyes and not just going pitcher to ball, because that's not really how tracking works, but I'm following it all the way until it gets to here and trying to exaggerate how long I keep my head down. Your routine is really important. It tells your body and your brain, hey, I've done this before and I feel really good. It starts with some dry cuts. I don't ever miss when I take a dry cut, so I'm already batting 1,000. Then I start to work from out to in. I want to do the hard part first and finish with the locations that I really like. Every swing I take, I'm visualizing a pitcher out in front of me and letting my eyes truly track down where the pitch would be coming and over-exaggerating how long I keep my head down. From there, I pick a couple drills that remind me of where I want my body to be on maybe a couple things that I know I struggle with. After that, maybe I take some front toss, maybe there's live BP, but I get to be in control of how I get ready for my day, whether it's a practice day or a game day. Softball's a really hard game. I want to control the things I can control, and one of those is my setup and routine before the day even begins. I'm Nicole Trimboli. If you like what you saw, share with a friend, subscribe below, and we'll see you in the next video.